Bright Spark by Michaela Morgan. Crouched cold in a cave, huddled against the night. What bright spark first made fire, first made light? A flash that made the world grow, blazed spirit's light, let faces glow. To see each other, nod yes, shake no. Art is possible, stories can be shared, not now so lonely, silent, scared. We can take flight, build a beacon, light.
Nightingale by Liz Brownlee. Shaped to sing, beacon eyes wide so the moon slips down its throat, suffusing breath. Each rapping note is mercurial and flows not into flowers whose hearts are hidden, but pierces stars into the sky. 250,000 miles of silver in its songbook, to sing a song that lights the night.
Einstein's Special Theory of Relativity by A.H. Reginald Buller. There was a young lady named Bright, whose speed was far faster than light. She set out one day in a relative way and returned home the previous night. To her friends said the bright one in chatter, I have learned something new about matter. As my speed was so great, much increased was my weight, yet I failed to become any fatter.
Snow Geese Solstice by Susan Richardson. A rumor of plumage, a mutter of us, as the sky finds its tongue and stutters the first few syllables of spring. Then starts to sing a chorus of us, a John Rutter muss of wings and light and dazzle of down as we whoosh to the ground, a rouged Arctic circle curtain of us. An epic distance travelled yet again of us, an 1,800-mile unravelled skein of us, which knits a nest of air and space to embrace the golden egg we've laid. A thrill of us, a shrill of us, a million billion quills of us have written a script forbidding sleep, so we peck it to death on the tundra at our feet. Yet we must wonder at our numbers while there's time, for summer soon begins to mount, and a shiver in the sky implies the ravens close behind. The gush of us becomes a hush of us, the horizon's guilty blush of us, from the bliss of an altogether honk of us to the hiss of a single feather.
After Rain Light by Pi Corbett.
The gardens are opals in a jewellery box.
Cream roses are a pearl rape, the ruby's blush.
Flowerbirds are a crush of colour.
The blackbird sings across the glistening emerald lawn.
Dawn raindrops are a wedding's promise. Jade leaves hang like earrings.
Buttercups have flakes of gold, lavender, a purple brooch.
The morning glory is a sapphire. fiery topaz sparkles on iris tongues.
The front path glitters like a silver chain catching light.
In the distance, the ring road is a silver bracelet.
The day is a jewel box, its lid an open invitation.
Battling Fire by Mary E. Cronin. Begone, red flames, I tell you this, you're going down with a splutter and hiss, while others may run from your angry hot roar. With nozzle in hand, I declare war. I will drown you out, every flare, every spark, until you are silent, extinguished, dark.
Writing Light for a Photographer by Leslie Saunders. Light scribe, you write all the ways light loves. The swerve of her hair or the small fervent bones of her wrists holds her in the play of its look while she pirouettes in the stillness of herself, not spilling a drop. In longhand, you write it all down. This honeyed light, this love.
I, Diwali. Transliteration and translation of a traditional Hindi nursery rhyme by Debjani Chatterjee. I, Diwali, I, Diwali, I, Diwali re. Deep jalao, khushi manao, I, Diwali re. Khoob chale, phulzhari aur patake, I, Diwali re. Sabko baato khoob mitai, I, Diwali re. Diwali by Debjani Chatterjee. Diwali lamps are twinkling, twinkling in the sky and in our homes and hearts. We welcome all with cheery greetings and sweets and patterned Rangoli art. Lakshmi flies upon her owl tonight. Incense curls, our future sparkling bright.
Some ships are bound for Newport docks, and they pass to the west of us, and the Sharpness and the Bristol boats sail safely to the east, and the flood tide that sometimes roars enough to fright the best of us uplifts us, but it will not shift our anchorage the least.
There, as always, is the chimney of the Ustmouth Power Station, lined up with the transporter bridge and distant Usgrud Fawr. And the goods trains wind away with all the produce of the nations, while our newspapers are out of date and the week-old milk's gone sour.
Still there's tab naps at Smoko, after sujiing and holystone, and a splash of koni oni that goes nicely in the tea. And each day in the log takes me closer still to going home. Though when I'm home, I wonder if my real home's the sea.
'Cause when dusk comes and we light the lamp and settle down to tend for it, I look up and down the channel and see all the lights like ours, from Flatholm down to Countersbury, St. Bride's went Luke, the Bracy ship, the beacons of the South Wales shore, of Devon and of Somerset, the flashing lights, the steady ones that sparkle near and far, one great coastal constellation, and it's we who tend the stars.
Carry Me Away by Matt Goodfellow. Carry me away on the curve of a shell to shouldering shingle and soft rolling swell. Carry me away on the curve of a wave to silent horizons where silverfish blaze. Carry me away on the curve of a swift to a slow breaking dawn on the shimmering mist.
She Walks in Beauty by George Lord Byron. She walks in beauty like the night, of cloudless climes and starry skies.
And all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes.
Thus mellowed to that tender light, which heaven to gaudy day denies.
One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place.
And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent.
The smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent.
A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent.
Oh, It Wasn't Me Tonight by Matt Goodfellow. I was licorice black, velvet bat, arcing and wheeling at twilight, slicing through the thin air, silent as silk. My tight-skinned wings stretched out against the blossoming moon.
Angels by Jan Dean. We are made from light, Called into being, we burn brighter than the silver white of hot magnesium, more sudden than yellow phosphorus. We are the fire of heaven, blue flames and golden ether. We are from stars, spinning beyond the farthest galaxy. In an instant gathered to this point, we shine, speak our messages and go back to the brilliance. We are not separate, not individual. We are what we are made of. Only shaped sometimes into tall winged warriors, our faces solemn as swords, our voices joy. The skies are cold. Suns do not warm us. Fire does not burn itself. Only once we touched you and felt a human heat. Once in the brightness of the frost, above the hills in glittering starlight. Once we sang.
Light and Moths by Angela Topping. Moths are dazzled by the light, spiral towards it, maddened, not so much attracted as yanked, hypnotised but hating the blindness, lose their way, dragged into the vortex. Love, lift me up on dusky wings, bear me safely from the light. Dark as a coverlet, warm and close. You can see through it if you know where and how to look with fingertips.
Supernova by Liz Brownlee. I am brought by dark matter and galaxies, on light, over distance imagination cannot size. You see me maybe again as I journey, until the longest path I take arrives, when all the intervening space aligns. I was a star, I shone, now my stardust follows on, and when my dust has come, maybe you too will be gone.
Dazzle Dance by Sue Hardy Dawson. I am made of heat and light, comet spinning through the night, spit and splinter, meteorite, firecracker, pinwheel bright. I am made from ash and coal. Watch my embers wax and glow, twist and turn my body so dragon breath to volcano. I have frazzle, crackle hands, dance a rustle, dazzle dance, simmer, swirling, twist and prance, glitter, sparkle to entrance. I am made of cinder stars, gases burning from afar, supernova in the dark, flash of thunder full of spark. I incinerate and blaze, candles burning in my gaze, born of fire, heat and flame, come and bask beneath my rays.
Six Facts About Light by Rachel Rooney.
At dawn, she climbs over the horizon
to sleep between the curtains and rest her head on your pillow.
You might meet her in a forest gap wearing fox gloves. or waiting at the exit of a long concrete tunnel.
Her gaze could scorch your drawings, set light to the hay, blind inquisitive eyes.
Sometimes in summer, she'll reveal the lucky stripes in the lining of a raincoat. She can bounce off a full moon and land softly at your feet before you have counted to 2.
On foggy nights, when the bolt blows in an empty room, she's still there, blinking in the darkness like an idea.
She Walks in Beauty by George Lord Byron. She walks in beauty like the night, of cloudless climes and starry skies.
And all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes.
Thus mellowed to that tender light, which heaven to gaudy day denies.
One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express, how pure, how dear their dwelling place.
And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent.
The smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent.
A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent.